Hey, Peter Pacetto, Active Choices Coaching here. Thanks for checking out the 3 laws that are going to govern your productivity. And this is how you can stop procrastinating and get more done right away. If you like this video, make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe so that you know when I crank out that next piece of content. Let's go ahead and jump into today's lesson. All right, here we go. 3 laws of the universe that govern our productivity. This is how you can get more done right away. So the 3 laws are the law of action, the law of the vital few, and the law of the vacuum. Now understand this, there are only 12 laws to the universe. You got 25% of them right there, okay? First off, the law of action. Now the law of action states that we must engage in actions that support our thoughts, dreams, emotions, and words in order to see results. Well, it sounds kind of simple, and yet we break this law every single day. Yeah, me too. I'm not above any of this either, right? We break this with a little thing called procrastination. Every time you are procrastinating, you are breaking the law of action. Well, the law of action states that we must engage in actions that support our thoughts, dreams, emotions, and words. So if you're not taking action, you're breaking the law, and you're not going to see the results you're capable of. The next law is the law of the vital few. A lot of people know this law as the 80-20 principle. Now, the 80-20 principle is a law that a lot of people are familiar with, and yet they're not using it. Stop breaking this law. Understand that 20% of your actions are always going to dictate about 80% of your results. See, this 80-20 principle shows up in everything we do. 20% of the activities with you and your romantic partner create about 80% of the memories in the relationship. We wear 20% of our clothes 80% of the time. We spend 80% of our time in 20% of our house. See, understand, this shows up everywhere. So you want to make sure you know what your 20% is. Now, we call them our priorities. That's why I created a class called Priority Management, because getting more done isn't about managing time. Think about the rock stars in any industry. They don't get more time in the day than you and I do. Okay, they manage their priorities and they get more of the right things done every single day. So take the time to figure out what your 20% is and make sure you're getting those activities done every single day. Now, the last law is the law of the vacuum. And I promise you, when you understand this one at a really high level and you implement it on a daily basis, your results are going to skyrocket. This is incredibly important. Make sure you pay attention. And again, hey, hit that like button and subscribe if you like this video. I'll keep cranking out great content for you. Now, the law of the vacuum states that the universe abhors a vacuum in all forms, whether that's physical or metaphysical. Well, metaphysical might be your thought process or your time, okay? And physical might be a glove compartment or a purse. Ladies, if you're watching this, understand this. Let me ask you, if you go out and you have a shoulder bag or a clutch, is that thing full? Right? Physical could be a suitcase. We don't take a big suitcase and fill it half full. We take the smallest suitcase we can and we're ramming our stuff into it. We're pulling that zipper until that zipper is ready to bust. Okay? We want to fill the smallest space possible. That's the law of the vacuum at work. Now let's go back to that metaphysical thing. Your time is extremely valuable, right? And yet your time is already full with all the things you know and all the work you have on your plate. Your time is already full. Okay, the universe has already filled that. So a very important thing to understand is if you want new results or you want to implement information that you're seeing, you've got to first stop doing something that you're currently doing to create a vacuum, to create time and space to implement new information. Have you ever been to a class that really helped you a lot or you thought was great information? You're like, I'm going to go back and I'm going to implement this in my business or life. And you went back and you kind of put it on the shelf and then it got moved down the shelf and then you found it 6 months later and had coffee stains on it. And you were like, oh, there's that great class that was going to change my life, right? We never implemented it. That's because you never stopped doing something that you were currently doing in order to implement that new information. You're attempting to take old information and put it in on top of new information. One of my favorite coaching questions I ask my coaching clients every week is, what are you going to stop doing this week that's going to make you more successful next week? I have one of my coaching clients had one of those little games on her phone that she would play, and she decided to delete that. She was thinking, oh, it wasn't that big of a deal, 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, right? She realized she was spending over an hour and a half a day with this, quote, little game. What happened when she stopped playing that little game? Her results and her business went through the roof. So understand, if you want more results, the first thing you've got to do is stop doing something that you're currently doing, create that vacuum, and then fill it with the right activities and actions. Hey, if you like this video, make sure you like it and subscribe. I'm going to do my best to keep cranking out great content for you that's going to help you get more done in the least amount of time with the least amount of effort. Why? Because we're human beings. We're lazy. We want to work less to make more money. I get it. And yet you're already probably working pretty hard. I want you to get a lot more results for the hard work you're putting in. Understand that these 3 laws govern your productivity, whether or not you realize them. So start asking yourselves the right questions and come on back and check out some more information that's hopefully going to help you get more done. Active Choices Coaching. My name is Peter Pacetto. Thanks for being here today.